Get ready for a special edition of What's Up. Today, Morehead State President Dr. Wayne Andrews is sitting down with the co-hosts, and they're digging deep into some of the biggest topics on campus. From all the media attention the university received during the Kim Davis issues, to a status report on all the construction going on campus. Later, President Andrews is playing a special tune just for us. All that and much more coming up on What's Up with Chad Hedrick, Morgan Casto, Austin Burke, and Ricky Nelson. What's Up starts right now.
Hey everybody, welcome to a super special edition of What's Up. It's
That's
because
like
Ricky's
Rick.
back.
Hi, Rick.
Kidding.
Hi, Ricky.
I missed
We
you
did
guys.
miss you. It's actually because Morehead State University President Dr. Wayne Andrews is here.
Yeah.
But we're very glad to have you back. We missed
we
you
are.
last week. So, we only have a few minutes for What's Hot because it's such a jam-packed show. So, because the president's here. All right, let's just get right into it. Everybody's talking about it. Who else is offended by this cup?
It's red.
No one raised their hand.
You know, lots of people have their coffee beans in a wad.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
proud of that joke.
That's-
Over the Starbucks holiday cup with some Christian groups claiming Starbucks has a war on Christmas. Somebody said, quote, Starbucks removed Christmas from their cups because they hate Jesus. Arizona pastor Joshua Feuerstein said in a viral Facebook post. Student pastor Nate Weaver at Crosspoint Christian Church in Sarasota, Florida, vowed to never visit Starbucks again, saying, I'm officially banning Starbucks from my life, with the CEO of the company telling those who support pro-life that they don't want their money, and now the red holiday cups with nothing that might tie to Christmas on them because they want to be politically correct. First of all, let's go back in time and look and think of the past Starbucks
I hope
Christmas
y'all
cups.
fine. Don't go to Starbucks no more. More
Okay.
lattes for me.
Maybe if the Starbucks cup had a baby Jesus on it, you know?
Well, it
But
never has. It's been
doesn't.
snowflakes.
Hey,
It's been
something
snowman.
like crazy.
It's-
I didn't
I don't
even
underst-
notice that they put
No,
them on.
I liked
no,
it. I
didn't even
like it. It's a
notice.
solid
It's
red. It's
design.
very
I know.
nice.
It's a design
It's
choice.
art.
It's
people,
art.
I just don't understand. Christmas, some people don't celebrate Christmas.
Exactly.
Christmas is not the only holiday that's going on. In the winter, like it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Like we just need to,
But I am
we need
listening
to
to Christmas
calm
music
down.
already. I'm just going
I
to throw that
didn't
out
even
We need
there.
to
notice
calm
it
down.
I
until
didn't-
people
I didn't-
started complaining
I'm one of those
about
people. Yeah. I don't. It's a cup.
It's a cup. There are more important things going on.
Stay
Yes.
tuned for our blooper reel.
Anyway, let's move on to speaking of more important things to talk about. The gubernatorial race was last week. Matt Bevin was elected only the third Republican governor in Kentucky in 68 years. The numbers were actually pretty surprising. He beat Jack Conway by like 9 points. But that's one argument is saying because Matt Bevin supported Kim Davis and Kim Davis endorsed Matt Bevin and everything, now people are saying Kentucky supports Kim Davis. Do you think that's the case?
I think we can't get away from Kim Davis as hard as we try.
I think
Oh
that
my
people
gosh.
should have voted.
There you go.
Well, that's another thing. A lot of people our age, especially, that I talked to, were upset that they didn't get to vote because it's hard for them to go home on election day or to absentee vote, which is an option. You can go online and fill out an absentee card and send it in.
That's not hard.
It's
No,
not hard, but do
no.
you think now, here we are in 2015, we should be able to vote online, just like fill out the ballot electronically and submit it like we submit for our class schedules?
I mean, I don't see why not.
I feel like that's coming eventually.
I feel like
We're
more
gonna get
people
there.
would vote if that were
Exactly.
the case.
I think it is too because for some odd reason it's a hassle to get in your car and drive to your precinct, which, I guess a lot of people, some have disabilities, they can't drive, they can't get a ride. So I do think that this could be a good way to do it.
We're in a digital age. And
Exactly.
everything that we're coming to and doing right now is all digital. So I feel like eventually we're going to get there and it's going to make things a lot easier for
And
people.
I'm sure there are some security issues with it and robots and things of
Yeah.
that matter, but it's 2015.
Yeah.
I think we can figure out a way.
They'll
You
find
have
a
to
way.
put in your social security, like fill out all the same information that you have to do when you show up to vote, just do it online. How hard is that? I mean, because our numbers show only 30.8% of registered voters in Kentucky voted on election day.
Wow.
That's pathetic.
It's crazy.
I think it would be nice if there was like, if at each voting site there was an electronic, they have electronic
Yeah, you can fill it
options.
out.
So if there was a way you could enter your zip code or something and it uploaded the ballot for that and it was sent to that,
Or simply, for college students, if it's a matter of no online, that's a little sketchy and security issues. I feel like I'm talking like Donald Trump with my hand gestures for some reason. Why don't you just bring ballot boxes to campuses and let
That's what I
students
was
go
gonna say.
to ADAC
Yeah,
and
there
vote?
you go.
That's what I was
It's-
going to say.
Vote
So many
for-
solutions.
So many solutions, so little time, because we got to go. But guess
Oh.
what? When we come back, it's a huge show. Huge.
It is.
so much.
I had a statistic
President- It's a
big show.
I wanted to share.
President Andrews.
No.
Oh, you have a statistic? What?
Yeah, it's not about voting. It just made me really sad that 80% of Americans didn't purchase or read a book last year.
Okay, well, there's that too. We'll be right back with somebody I'm sure who reads books. President Andrews, don't go away.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna.
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play. I love the campus! And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-diada, 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 boom-diada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-diada, boom-diada.
Boom-diada, boom-diada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-diada, 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 boom-diada.
Guys, we were so excited when he was on with us last season. We were like, you got to come back ASAP, and he's here. It's such an honor to welcome back to What's Up the president of Moorhead State University, Dr. Wayne Andrews.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back.
It is a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to ask you guys a bunch of questions.
Whoa, tables
Oh.
have turned.
That's right.
You go.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared for this. The last time you were here, the big question all of our viewers wanted to know was, do you actually live on the house on campus? Which we confirmed is true. But now a lot of them want to know, what's a typical day like for President Andrews?
Well, that's a good question. Days vary a lot depending on the time of the year. So, for example, this time of the year, we're running up 3/4 of the way through the semester. It's busy for you. I know you've passed your midterms. Now you're really scrambling to get your papers written, and the end of the semester. You get to Thanksgiving, and then we come back. We have a week, and then final exams and graduation. It's crazy. So for me, this time of the year is busy because we start to run up, prepare for the budget for next year. In Kentucky, we have a biennial budget, which means we prepare a budget every 2 years. So we've been working with the Council on Post-Secondary Education. So I've been in Frankfurt a good bit, talking to the folks, the other presidents at the Council on Post-Secondary Education, internal communication about where we stand on the budget. So a lot of work on campus. In addition to that, I'm involved in the leadership of the SOAR, which is the Shaping Our Appalachian Region initiative. So we've been involved in traveling for that. And then there's just lots and lots of things going on. So this week I met with superintendents from the Five-Co district, the Ashland area high school superintendents, legislators. So every day is a little different, but lots of meetings, a lot of planning, a lot of checking to see how we're doing on things. So it's a combination of in the office about half the time and out of the office about half the time.
So it's really busy. I couldn't do it.
And then it's things like this, which are fun. So,
I know. I'm thinking he's saying all this stuff. I'm like, how do you have time to come here? But we appreciate it.
Thank you.
and then it's volleyball, basketball,
Exactly.
football,
You're everywhere.
band, all the
I'm
stuff that goes
convinced
on.
there are at least 3 President Andrews.
Well, thank
because
you.
he's everywhere.
Clothes.
I pride myself in being involved. It's good.
this is the first semester of Craft Academy, right?
Yes.
And my brother is actually a Craft Academy student.
Right.
So
Shout out to
we're
Will.
proud of that. But tell us a little bit about what it's like on your end of the Craft Academy.
Well, you know, for our viewing audience, I guess the Craft Academy is a residential, dual credit high school junior, senior year. So your brother, for example, is here to do his junior, senior in high school and take college classes simultaneously. So he'll get high school credit, graduate from high school, and have 60 hours of college credit when he finishes. And he's living on campus in Thompson-Grody Hall with 60 other high school juniors. Next fall we'll add 60 more, so we'll have 120 total when the program is fully going. For me, it's the most transformative activity we've been involved in since I've been here, other than what we do for college students. If you think about it, these are the very best and brightest high school students from around the Commonwealth of Kentucky. They're not just from our region, they're from everywhere. And so it's an opportunity for us to provide them with a top-flight education, introduce them to college life, and quite honestly to challenge them, because these are students who typically in high school may not be challenged the extent to which they are here, because they're taking college classes here with college students. Back home they'd be taking high school classes. Yeah. So it's a much more challenging environment. Our hope and expectation is that a good number of these students will want to stay here, finish their college, and then we want them to think about staying in Kentucky, maybe going back to their home community to transform our communities and help lead us into the next quarter of the 21st century, which is a really big idea. So it's exciting. There's enthusiasm on the part of the students. The staff over there is top flight. It's really a good program.
Absolutely.
So you recently posted a video of yourself on Twitter doing the whip. Now, as we go to break, do you mind showing us a few of those moves, maybe?
You know how to name
the whip and the nay-nay. Yeah, one of our students taught me that, and in a weak moment, I decided to do it. But I watched the video, and I really don't have very good moves. So what I would commit to do is Morgan and I will do it together. So she
awesome.
There
we go.
She can kind of
there we go.
She kind of lead the effort, you know, and then we can, and that way I won't mess it up. Because if I just go into it on my own, I guarantee I'll mess it up.
Yeah,
Morgan, you have to start.
Okay,
we can all do it.
Yeah, we need to.
We'll just all do it.
We'll all do it.
We'll all do it. Okay.
right,
let's
are
do
we
it.
Are we going to do it right now?
Yeah, we'll do it right now as we go to break.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We've got
So, are you ready?
All right.
So,
with
I think you start with your right.
Whip.
Whip.
What are we?
Nay-nay, is that it? At the end, is it left?
Whip.
Okay. More with President. We'll be right back with more President Andrews. Don't go away.
Well, that's going to be a second.
And welcome back to What's Up. We're still joined by President Andrews, and we want to dig a little deeper now. We had some fun in that last segment, but some things have been going on in Moorhead this semester with the whole Kim Davis situation. When all this was going on, and Kim Davis supporters, there were some people that were saying that the university was the reason that this had reached national attention. Which, okay. And they blamed a statement that she made that said, quote, Moorhead State University has consistently demonstrated our support for inclusion and diversity. We will continue to celebrate our commonalities and learn from one another's differences. On the issue of same-sex marriage, the United States Supreme Court, the Governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals have all spoken. We believe elected officials should obey the law and do their jobs. It would be up to the Kentucky General Assembly to change those responsibilities. I don't see anything wrong with that quote. What was your reaction when you were hearing everything that was going on and how the university was to blame for it all?
Yeah, I think the quote says what I really believe, and that is we're an educational institution. We're not a political institution. We're here to educate students, and we don't have a checklist that says we'll accept you if you're white, female, male, heterosexual. We accept people because they're people and they want to come to the university and learn. The fact that we have gay people that attend this university, part of our LGBTQ community, is part of life, and we should embrace that diversity. The thing I know, given my 67 years on this planet, is that when we go out into the world of work, when you leave here and you go out into the world of work, you're going to encounter people of all different persuasions. They're going to different ethnicities, different religious orientations, different sexual orientations. All of that is out there, and we do students a disservice if we don't serve everybody that comes to this institution. Now, the part about that statement about the fact that this individual needed to do her job, I still believe that's the case. Elected public officials, in my view, don't have the option to decide we're going to do these parts of our job and not other parts of our job, right? Exactly. The fact that this person has a religious belief that would lead her to think that she could do that is her business. But once you go down that path, you have other options you can exercise. You could not stay in the position, for example, right? But so when the judge put Ms. Davis in jail, he did that not because of her religious beliefs. He did that because she broke the law. And I think that's, up and down the ladder, I think that's still a true statement. Now, the Kentucky General Assembly is the only body that can take action on her behalf or opposed to her because she's a constitutional officer. I believe in this session of the General Assembly they'll do some things with the position. I don't know what that'll be.
With all of the craziness that's been happening on campus and all the media attention that Morehead's been getting, do you think that this could maybe potentially affect enrollment in the near future?
I think it has the potential. If people are narrow in their understanding of what we're doing, I think it could potentially cause some people to think, geez, do I really want to go into a community that doesn't embrace everybody? I think that's the danger with this. And that's why I believe it's important for us that live here to say to each other, we're not a divided community. We have differences of opinion, but we're not a divided community. I was very proud of our students, our faculty and staff, the way they interacted with the folks at the courthouse when all this was going on. They weren't name-calling. They weren't being obnoxious to the other persons there, and they didn't exchange insults or anything of that nature. And I think that demonstrated for the world that we're about who we are. We believe in our position that we're an inclusive and diverse society, and that's the way life should be. So I think if people peel the onion back just a little bit, I would hope that they would say, you know what, that's a good community, that I'd like to be part of that.
Yeah. Now, the students on campus, when all of this was going on, they were very, very supportive of the LGBT community, and they were amazing. They were a great job, guys. We're pretty awesome. And so what do you have to say about that? That's awesome, right?
Well, it is, because students can respond in lots of ways. We all can, but students are young, they're impressionable, and sometimes the responses might be other than what we would hope. I was very, very proud of our students. They took the high road. They really said, we're going to support one another. We're going to support this community that they thought was under fire, and we're going to do it in a very professional way. So our response when the Westboro Baptist Church showed up, and I don't even like to refer to them as a church because they're a hate group. But when they showed up in our town, the response from our students was, we're going to have a love-in day. Wasn't that something? Much more love at Morehead State University. I thought that was really important, because if you go to the most important core principles of our lives, we are called to love one another. It doesn't say we have to accept everything about one another. We have differences, but we're called to love one another in the best sense of it. The Greek sense, agape love, which is love of brother, love of other, which is a big deal.
Well, speaking of those guests,
yes.
You released a statement saying Morehead State's first responsibility is to assure a campus environment supportive of teaching, learning, diversity, and inclusion. We will carry out our responsibility by striving to guard the welfare and protect the safety and security of our faculty, staff, and students. In view of the specific information we have received, I have met with the team to develop appropriate plans. I'll communicate with the campus community next week with more details on how the institution will deal with this event. As we consider the impacts of hate groups such as WBC, keep in mind the words of Martin Luther King Jr. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. So that being said, with this Much More Love Day and some of the things that students did on campus, what do you want to say to the MSU students about their response in that?
Well, first and foremost, I'm very proud of the student body. I mean, I couldn't be more proud because there are we could have gone a lot of different ways. We could have been confrontational, we could have been violent, we could have done a lot of things, but our students said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to demonstrate that we love one another as brothers and sisters, and I think that is a powerful affirmation, so thank you for that. And I think the life lesson in this for all of us is going out into the world, we're going to encounter situations like this, whether they're about sexual orientation or something else, but we're going to encounter situations where we have major opportunities in choosing a response. Choose our responses carefully and always think about being non-judgmental and trying to support other human beings the best we can. If you take that road, in the end, it's a better world.
There you go. More with President Andrews right after this. We're back with MSU President Dr. Wayne Andrews. One thing that I think is on a lot of students' mind right now is campus safety. We've been following the news of everything that happened in Richmond last week, and as well as the EKU threat. What's the plan of action for Morehead in case, God forbid, something like that happens here?
Well, the good news from Morehead State University is we've been recognized for the past several years as the safest campus in Kentucky, based on crime statistics. You know, every campus has its crime statistics posted on the web. We're required by law to report them under the Clery Act and so forth. So having said that, it's a safe place. Now, you don't ever want to rest on your laurels, though. Mm-hmm. After the Virginia Tech tragedy 6 years ago now, I guess, we convened a really high-level group on campus public safety, the emergency response people from the community, the sheriff's department, the state police, a variety of people, and we looked at all of our protocols and we updated our emergency operations procedures. So we have a very robust plan. In your classes, faculty and their syllabi should be including information about how we respond to incidences in the classroom. We've tried to educate ourselves about how you respond if there's an active shooter, and the fact that you essentially shelter in place. You don't want people running all over the campus. So, you know, I think structurally, from an infrastructure standpoint, we've done the right things. We have a campus alert, an audible alert system that makes, where we can announce if there's a problem. Our public safety, we have 20 fully certified public safety officers on campus that are trained extensively, and we do tabletop exercises on a fairly regular basis. And what that means is you gather the emergency people around the table and you say, okay, we're going to do an exercise, and it might be that there's an active shooter, there's a rapist, or some bad things happening, and you put the scenario in motion and you get information out to the team and you see how they respond. So that work is going on. As we're speaking right now, we're in the process of updating the campus backbone, the fiber optic network on campus. You're aware of that. In the residence halls, we've done the upgrade. But a part of that is campus safety. So we're going to continue to improve lighting on campus. We're going to install cameras within the next year in parking lots and remote locations, high definition cameras where we can more easily monitor the coming and going of people and record images so that we'll be able to see what's going on. And other things of that nature. So we're paying very careful attention to this. We have safety walks. We had one within the last month with student government where in the evening With our Dean of Students, they walked the entire campus so that students could point out places where they think we might need more lighting or whatever it is to make the campus more safe. Ultimately, though, with all of those things in place, what I would ask of our students is you've got to be vigilant and you've got to take care of yourself. So women, you know, when you leave a building at night, you have your car keys out. If you're going into a parking lot, you're headed to your car and you are prepared to put the key in the lock or however you unlock your car. You don't go out with strangers. You make sure people know where you're going. You don't use alcohol and drugs so that you're incapacitated and you have to let somebody else be responsible for you. So there's some very basic things that all of our students need to attend to, and I think they do a pretty good job with that, but you can never overemphasize that. It has to start with you and me, and awareness is a key. So I think we're doing a lot of the right things. There's more coming in this next year. With campus upgrades to our network system and security that will be beneficial. And we just purchased, based on the recommendation of student government, a new app that will be rolled out. In fact, it's been talked about. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but it's one being used around the country so that for those of you with smartphones, the app will allow you, should you choose to participate, to let public safety know where you're going at all times, to let a friend or roommate know where you are. It will make easy for you the communication with people in the event you have difficulty on or in proximity to campus. And that's I asked Madonna whether it's being rolled out as we speak. So you'll be hearing more about it. It's a really important idea.
Yeah,
You've got a big question.
Oh yeah. Speaking of upgrades and new things, can you give us an update on how the progress is going for the new dorm and parking garage and the renovations at ADEC?
Yes. As we speak, the residence hall construction is underway. 550 new beds will come online in August. There's concrete being poured, foundations and footings are coming up out of the ground. They're a little behind schedule. They've had some weather issues, but August is still the planned opening date. The parking garage, the site has been blown up, excavated, and we're done with that work. And you'll start to see now footings and foundations going in. And then that building is a precast concrete structure, so you'll see components coming in to be set in place. Steel and precast concrete, so that part will go fairly quickly. That should be open, the parking garage should be open by summer, fall semester, the latest. And the associated new dining commons, that's part of that, will lag behind 6 to 8 months because we've got to go back to the General Assembly and get authorization for some additional bond funding to build that out. But the outside, the shell structure will be built, the interior will be finished next year. And I'm hopeful will be open by December of 2016 is the target date.
Oh.
The planning for ADUCT is underway right now. We will complete that planning January timeframe. We intend to close the building permanently in May, and it'll be offline of almost 2 years. 60,000 square feet added on the west side of the building, and we're going to gut the interior of the building, and it will be by far the best place for students anywhere around. I mean, it truly will be a student-friendly building. Sticky spaces where students want to spend their time and study, access with Wi-Fi, but late night hour, lots of food options, coffee, all that
jealous.
stuff.
I'm going to be missing all of it.
Oh man,
I might delay graduation now.
All right, would you make a note, Morgan? I'm going to take his name off so he can't graduate.
There we go.
When we come back, President Andrews is going to play his banjo for us. Don't want to miss that. We'll be right back. Don't get enough What's Up when we're on the air? Well, now you can get us right on your cell phone.
On your tablet.
Your laptop.
We're everywhere.
Like us on Facebook so you can join in on the What's Hot conversation.
Follow us on Twitter so you can see what's up everywhere.
Join us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes pictures and videos.
You can catch every episode of What's Up on msutv.net.
What's Up? We're everywhere.
We are back on What's Up. President Andrews has his banjo with us. It's been such a thrill having you on with us.
Thank you very much.
We love
My
having you on.
pleasure.
So he's going to play us out. We'll see you guys next week. But until then, always stop to listen to What's Up. Take us home.
What's up? What's up is Swing Low, Sweet Cherry. coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. If you get there before I do, coming for to carry me home. Tell all my friends I'm coming home to you, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low.
For more on What's Up, visit msutv.net.